It was a new day, and newbie red blood cell Rebecca was transporting oxygen in the blood capillary. Together with her senpai, they saw Philia the platelet and her crew transporting cargo of blood coagulation factors. Platelets, or thrombocytes, are small cell fragments that form clots to prevent further blood loss at the site of a wound. As Rebecca and her senpai were traveling in the capillary close to the skin, a series of shocks caused the tunica externa to rupture, and inhabitants were oozing out from the wound. Rebecca was screaming for her life when Whitman caught hold of her. Whitman explained that an abrasion of the skin resulted in the scrape, and while it should not go deeper than the epidermis level, they ought to be careful not to fall out, or they would never make it back. Out of nowhere, a menacing tentacle came crashing into the group. As the dust settled, the cells realized that bacteria had invaded. They were led by Steffi, a Staphylococcus aureus which lives on the skin and in the pores. Highly virulent, it can cause skin infections, pneumonia, meningitis, and septicemia when it enters the injury site. Steffi ordered her hench bacteria to attack. While Whitman fenced them off, Rebecca scrambled away. Rebecca was worried that Whitman might get sucked out of the body, but Whitman told her not to worry, and she should look for cover. A panic-stricken Rebecca rushed off to alert the rest about the wound, and the whole body went into high alert. Some blood arterioles underwent vasoconstriction to reduce the blood flowing to the wound. As everyone was running for their lives, Streptococcus pyogenes, a bacterium normally residing in the pharynx, digestive organs, and skin, along with Pseudomonas aeruginosa, came crashing in. While both are common bacteria, they can cause several infectious diseases. The mass of red blood cells tried to escape, but there was a jam due to vasoconstriction. Streptococcus caught hold of a red blood cell, and as he was about to impale her, a vigilant of neutrophils swooped in and slashed up the bacterium before galloping off to the scrape. At the wound, Whitman was greatly outnumbered and pinned to the wall. Luckily, he mustered up his strength and did an reverse by breaking the bacteria's barb and stabbing it right back. Around the body, the neutrophils agreed that the bacteria were more aggressive than normal. At Ground Zero, Whitman rescued his friend while reinforcements from both sides arrived. Suddenly, the exposed wound started sucking the immunocells out. Fortunately, most of the neutrophils were able to activate their L-selectin, a glycoprotein which helps white blood cells adhere to the wall of the blood vessel. However, amid the commotion, Steffi was able to sneak behind the neutrophils and gained the high ground. While going on the offensive, Steffi started gloating at the neutrophils. She ridiculed that they are protectors of others, yet no one comes to their aid when they are caught in a blitz. Whitman was surprised that Steffi was addressing them as neutrophils instead of white blood cells, and Steffi explained that she had done her homework before the attack. She discovered that neutrophils are the first line of defense of the body's immune system against bacteria that entered from an open wound. Stronger macrophages and monocytes will only come later, with lymphocytes being much later. So long as her Zerg rush can overwhelm the neutrophils, they can take over the body. While blocking a critical strike from Steffi, Whitman exposed the flaw in her plan. She missed out on the keystone pieces of the immune response, the platelets. However, Steffi was unimpressed by the cute demeanor of Philia and her kindergarten tots. Philia gave instructions to the tots of platelets, reminding them to use GP1B, an adhesion glycoprotein that allows platelets to stick to vascular endothelial cells by von Willebrand factor, allowing the formation of a temporary platelet plug. The platelets quickly went to work, whipping out their coagulating factors, which are 12 chemicals involved in the blood clotting process. Fibrin, the insoluble form of factor 1, was quickly rolled out and connected using other factors, forming a huge fibrin mesh to close the wound. As their reinforcements ceased, the bacteria were quickly cut down. With the invasion quelled and Whitman landed on the fibrin mesh. The aftermath saw Rebecca quick to show her concern and appreciation for Whitman. Rebecca lamented her inability to help during the attack, and expressing her gratitude was the only thing she could do. Whitman corrected her, saying that she is, in fact, helping right now. His words caused Rebecca to blush. However, Rebecca soon realized that she was stuck, and all the other red blood cells were tied up in the fibrin mesh. Whitman explained that blood cells are used to close the hole, and once the blood clot dries, it will be a scab. So they will probably be stuck for the next 3 days until cells making up the outer wall heals.